Oh my gosh. No!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Felix from the Tennis Brothers. Appreciate you for coming down here to these beautiful courts here in Palm Springs. How's your experience been here so far?
Been great. I love the weather. It's amazing. It's slightly better than rainy England, can't lie. The courts are just way more beautiful.
We're going to play some points now, so stay tuned for the review after.
Let's go.
You're good.
Wait, that's still got it.
Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, you got it. My body.
Please share some of your experiences that you've learned over this past year.
Yeah, I mean, over the last year, it's been a journey. Let's say it like that. A lot of, times on court where you're playing against good players, bad players, annoying players, and I think a lot of the time it's about learning about yourself, learning from within, how you react to situations, how you deal with certain types of opponents, how you deal with pressure moments. And I think it all comes down to learning those things about yourself teaches you about how to react to the environment you have. Tennis is a very reactive sport, but you can also make it very proactive depending on how you like to play it.
Yeah, no,
I think
I
that's the beauty of it, is if you can control how you react to situations, you can control your reaction to it and then be very proactive to try and kind of change the narrative of the match, and then obviously try and dictate, or
Definitely.
you can play more defensive, or you can, and I think that's the great thing about tennis, is it's so almost philosophical in nature, that if you can kind of figure out those things, and it's a constant journey. Even the guys at the top, you see Novak talking so much about it, his breath work, his mindset.
It works, guys.
Everyone's still figuring it out, but I think that if you can learn those things, that's where, you also off the court, you learn, the most about yourself. It's like a continuous journey.
Right.
You can stand here and you can say, I've improved my forehand, improved my backhand, but what does that really mean? If you can't do that in a pressure situation, if you crumble under pressure, if you're playing an annoying player and you lose your head, that's what's going to lose you the match. That's why you're going to play worse. Or at the end of the day, tennis is about enjoyment as well. It's about loving the game, playing. None of us would be doing it if we didn't enjoy it. And so if you can't learn to enjoy the sport, then why play?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like if you can't enjoy playing the low level of tennis, a lot of people kind of online talk very badly about futures tournaments, like the lowest level. Yes, you're not doing it for money. Yes, it's not particularly enjoyable off the court, but everyone has that passion in every match to win to a very high level. And I think if you can enjoy that and the journey and the process of doing that day in, day out, then kind of what more can you ask for? Because I think everyone in life's going through a job, a sport, whatever it is. It's all about kind of finding happiness, deriving enjoyment.
And you can definitely hear that by the passion that you're talking about the sport, mate.
Yeah,
it's your life, right?
It's what you do every day. Same with you, you're coaching it, you're teaching it to people. There's a real value in that, and I think you have to enjoy it. And at the end of the day, everyone just is finding happiness in life and finding enjoyment and a purpose. And I think luckily, kind of from what I've been doing so far, I found a bit of a purpose and an enjoyment from what I've been doing. So carrying on doing that, I think a lot of people as well, one of my biggest goals is becoming a professional tennis player, trying to play on the tour one day. But I also derive enjoyment from just kind of having fun hits, having knockabout,
Definitely.
being on court.
It's all part of the game as well.
Exactly, and creating content around it and kind of sharing with other people. And I think, it's very easy to be very single-minded with, oh, you do this because of this, or you do this because of that. But at the end of the day, it's because you enjoy doing it, and you've got to kind of enjoy the process. And neither of us would be on social media doing it. I mean, this guy posts every single day on Instagram. You wouldn't be able to keep up that consistency if you didn't love the process as well. So that's what it's all about,
No, that's amazing, Felix. And I think for the wealth of knowledge that you have at such a young age. I think that's incredible that you've learned from just traveling, being on the tour, and meeting top tennis pros to even various other content creators like myself.
A lot of weird people as well. You learn the most from like weird people, like weird. I mean, like different in their mindset. You know, like when you can kind of appreciate seeing the world in such a different way. You know, you meet people at these tournaments in Monastery who just, that's how they see the world, is just so, I'm here, I'm doing this is like my reality.
Yeah.
And then when you go outside of that, you see someone seeing it completely differently. It's like those perspectives from traveling, I think, really help me to kind of form my perception of kind of what I'm doing and the world around you.
I like that.
If you're very single-minded, then obviously kind of if something comes differently, it's seen as foreign. I think embracing that is very important.
And what's your view then on kind of going all in and not being afraid of what could happen long term? Because you're kind of thinking in your mind, I'm going to be a professional, I'm going to create content. Is that a safe career path in your mind previous? Because you look back now and you're like, that's the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
What's your view on why you took that decision? And let's go back a little bit further, a few years ago, to how you built your page into what it's at right now.
I mean, it's not safe. Like, ever. I think you can attest to that. Social media is not safe, tennis is not safe, but that's why we do it. Because it's fun, it's engaging, and with big risk comes big reward. I think social media is very undervalued in the sense of, from like a business perspective, like because it is a business,
like
it's
building your personal brand,
building a personal brand, showcasing that. There's a massive business operations behind every social media creator, which I also enjoy, like being a bit of an entrepreneur. You know,
you're a solo entrepreneur, and you're building out a team around you to facilitate everything you're doing online. So
yeah, and I think initially, of course,
young
when you start your journey, it's not to do with that. It's to do with the passion, the love of the game, which was always there.
That's always the number one.
And starting my journey, I remember basically saying to my dad, "How am I going to fund playing professional tennis?" I maybe didn't really want to go to university as much as I had said to my family and friends.
Yeah.
And so I kind of said, I need something to kind of keep me playing, keep me, potentially start playing professional events, and that was Road to an ATP point. And I spent about 50 hours, 60 hours 1 week just editing one video.
Wow.
I posted it, and from that moment, I can still remember exactly after I posted it, just my whole life changed pretty much. Like, I remember my dad was in the shower, like looking at the subscribers on the video and the views, and it just started like going crazy. The engagement was amazing, and since then, just kind of showing my journey, trying to progress as much as possible, showcase, me playing against pros, and then hopefully incorporating some more content which is based around tennis, but also just cool stuff, like cool challenges and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I think it's, I brand myself online as this professional tennis player and content creator and showing my journey, but I'm also just a guy that loves tennis. Like fundamentally, that's what it is, and I'd play tennis even if I couldn't play professionally. Let's say I had an injury, and so I think showcasing some of the more cool ideas that I kind of want to do off court, which maybe now that I have a bit more of a budget, I can do, and a bit more, as long as it works within my pro schedule and my training, which is obviously the first priority, because I want to, go to the top, and to be at the top, you have to do that. Yes, but if I can create stuff around it, come here, incorporate it into my training, I think that's a really cool way of being in the tennis space and creating cool content for I guess the community, but also for myself. Like for my younger self, I'd love to create videos which I would love to have watched. We talked about a few off camera, but it's like
definitely it's, big ideas.
It's trying to kind of create those videos where you're like, you have so much fun creating it and being in it, and almost it's surreal creating it. And like some of the stuff I've done with the pros is a little bit like that.
That's been a dream, and
exactly,
and you're living it.
Yeah, and I think it's just enjoying every moment of doing it and seeing how far we can push the boundaries on content creation, because in a way, like, there's not a lot of tennis content creators. Compare it to golf, compare it to football.
Not really.
And I think that if we can begin to push the boundary like those other sports, not only is it going to bring more exposure to tennis and showcase it to a larger audience, it's also going to, I think, make the tennis community in general a bit more engaged. And the younger generation. And I think the younger generation needs to kind of watch a little bit more tennis more consistently and be a bit more involved, not only in the top level, but also, I guess, in like community and YouTube and that type of stuff. And the more we get people engaged, the more cool content you create,
definitely,
the bigger tennis is as a sport, and the more people can kind of enjoy it.
Sorry there. Sorry, mate.
No! Felix, thank you so much for coming along today and having a fun session and sharing some of your wisdom. Got amazing things upcoming this next year, so I wish you all the best.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
If you enjoy this, guys, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for future videos.
And smash the like button. Don't forget that.
Don't forget that, guys.
Cheers.